minutes. Let's
Go,
go.
Michael.
Okay.
She threw me in the deep end today. Threw me in the deep end with introduction.
It had to happen. Hey, fam, how'd it go? I'm gonna watch it back and be like, hey, shit, what the fuck did this guy do? I'm gonna have to edit out your intro from like, what shit,
You
fam?
might have to fade it in. Now you see it. How was it though, Banner? Yeah, it was right. Alright, come. Welcome to another episode of Pure Chattings. And today we have a special guest with us. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Vivica. I run a artist management company called OFE Management. Yeah, and I'm a student.
Mm-hmm. And also my friend.
And Nnia's
From
friend
uni.
from uni.
Also known as V for what?
Don't even
V
start.
for what?
I'm not. It's V for Vivica, okay? Or V for victory.
Oh, V for... Alright, that's cool. So this is episode 5, in which today we'll be discussing policing women's body, or the policing over what women wear.
Yes.
And their bodies, or the obsession over it. So what would you say your stance is on that overall?
I think it's bogus, first and foremost, because it's a fact like women and girls are policed before they're even born.
Mm-hmm.
Like, before you even are alive, you're a hypothetical being and you're being told, or you're like, scenarios are being created where you're like, oh, my daughter won't be allowed to wear this. You're not a parent, you know, but your daughter's not allowed to wear this, or your daughter's not allowed to present herself a certain way because you don't want it to reflect badly on you. Whereas, like, it's to do with, like, how you bring your child at the end of the day, you know what I mean? But you don't have a child, so why are you policing what they're doing?
Yeah.
I was really tomboyish growing up, so I would like to be in shorts and vest tops. That was my outfit. Yeah. My parents hated it. They'd be like, "You're not girly enough."
Yeah, and then show you man, like Michael. What you saying? Yeah, last.
Hello, nice to meet you. Vivica or V.
Or
Nice
V
to meet
for.
you. Shut up, man.
Finally got it after how long? The audio's still running. Look at you, black man timing, fam. African timing, because you're an African boy. That's like. You're an African boy.
Don't try that, fam. Obviously, I love my Africans, but not away, fam.
Where are you from?
Caribbean, man.
What island?
Oh, half Jamaican, half Russian.
No way, you're most Russian.
Are you Russian?
Yeah,
Man, hey, come on, wait, where you from? Like, full Russian?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, fam.
What's it saying? You might be my cousin.
Oh, shit.
Willa, I've never heard of it saying.
Okay, wait, what's your surname?
Christopher.
Okay, see, that's how I know you're Caribbean. You know those English surnames, fam. You know, fam. Alright, cool. Wait, what have I missed, fam?
So we're just talking about the obsession over policing women's bodies and what they wear and that
Okay,
kind of stuff.
and what have you lot said so far?
We're just talking about you might have to rewatch the clip, innit?
No, so basically, I was saying that how women are policed hypothetically before they even are in existence. So people will be discussing like having daughters or having children and be like, oh, my daughter can't dress that way, my daughter can't be like this, I would never allow my daughter to have this, you know what I mean?
Okay, and don't you think that way?
No.
So you wouldn't mind your daughter just coming out randomly, just walking out in like flipping, like cleavage showing bare, all different things. You wouldn't mind that? You want your daughter to come out that way? What
I'm saying is, obviously be presentable, but it's the fact that it's so much focus on how a person should present themselves before they even exist.
I get what you're saying, yeah, but it's understandable. In my opinion, it's understandable. Like, for example, I don't want my daughter, yeah, like just the way I've been brought up, the way like my parents have brought me up, yeah. I want my daughter to kind of respect herself, yeah. I'm not saying.
But what about your son? So you allow your son to go out with his
That's different, yeah. Like
I said there's more threats out there for females.
So
you know what I mean? There's not predators.
There's way more threats.
Like, there's threats for females or women, okay, cool, I understand. But if you were to raise your sons to not be predators, if you were to raise your sons to not over-sexualize women, or look at a girl and think, oh, look at that, I want a piece of that, and go and harass her, then the problem would eventually be eradicated, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, because I agree with you. But that's me. Say if I raise my son to not be a predator, that doesn't mean Jimmy across the street has raised his son to not be a predator.
Which
you know what I mean?
Understand.
So it's just like, cool. Like we can think about it like in an idealistic way, yeah. But realistically, it's not gonna be like that. I know that I've got morals. I know maybe my friends have got morals, but I don't know who, like the other however many people in the world, how they've raised their children. There might be some people that have neglected their children. There might be just different factors, yeah, that like their children have just come out the way they are. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to protect my daughter from that possibility. I don't want her to experience any hardships.
Which I understand, But if it was a case where it became sort of the norm, or people like start enforcing these sort of morals within their children from now, because bear in mind, a lot of the people that are alive, a lot of people that are like 40, 50, they're going to be dead in about 30 years, if you think about it. Yeah?
All right.
And then the people that we're going to be raising...
Harsh
40,
reality. Harsh reality.
40, 50, 60, 70.
And that's like the
Nah, there might be another 10 years there. There might be another 10 years there,
You know, but like...
They could
still-
touch
yeah,
85.
no,
Yeah, okay, I see
Yeah,
your
but
point.
like-
Yeah.
on average, most people, they pass in their 70s, innit? So they're not going to exist anymore. So we're going to be the parents at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we should be the ones to then raise our children to then be like, I'm going to look at this person as a human being, then look at that person as an object.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what I think personally, to me. And it's the same way how guys would be like, oh, if I have a girl, she's not allowed to go out like this, she's not allowed to wear this, she's not allowed to present herself like this, but you met that girl in that way.
Okay, see, that's the difference. I agree with you. See, if I met that girl in that way, then I can't say anything, yeah? But say if I met this girl, yeah, and when I met her, yeah, like say we've been talking for like a year, say, just for example,
That's mad still, but
yeah, trust me,
carry
just say, I'm just putting in hypotheticals, innit? Say we've been talking for like a year, and then when I met her, she was always modestly dressed. She never, whatever, because that's what attracted me, yeah?
Yeah.
And then now I'm with you, want to change up and start dressing all provocatively, then like, I'm allowed to
gotta
be
put your
angry.
foot down. You gotta put your foot down.
I'm allowed to be angry.
Bang the table.
Are you her father?
Fam,
Yeah,
I'm allowed to be
Listen,
angry.
I'm gonna
That's
be a
not how I
father.
met you,
I'm
fam.
gonna be a father, but she calls me daddy, innit? So
You make me sick.
Damn.
I'm joking.
Damn, say that here, bro.
But like, in all honesty, okay, in that case, I understand if somebody starts changing their way, start presenting themselves more provocatively,
It's like,
or
for
whatever.
example,
but it's not your body.
Flip the script. Let's not talk about body for just 2 seconds, yeah? Say if you met a guy, yeah, he had a nice honest job,
Yeah.
and then he just turned into one criminal, fam. You're allowed to just be like, what the fuck are you doing, and leave him. You're allowed
Yeah,
to.
100%.
You're allowed to.
If it's not something you're
You get me? So
comfortable
now
with, don't stay in that
flip the
situation.
script back to body now. I didn't meet you that way, so I'm allowed to be angry if you start doing something that I don't like. I won't tell you not to wear it, but I'll definitely tell you that I don't approve in it. And if obviously it becomes a problem where you're not willing to compromise just that little detail, then there's a problem in it.
Well, then that could be a case. The reason why they're dressing more like provocatively, as you said, it could be because they're comfortable with you, so they feel like I could.
But I'm not around.
No,
when
but
you're
like,
around and they're skinning out, so you know,
You comfortable with? I'm not
it's
here.
even cold. It's even the middle of
but
winter, and
they
they
know that. Oh, okay. I've got a boyfriend. I'm in a relationship, so I can wear what I want for this fact that I
Okay.
know within myself
I hear
that
that.
I've got a man,
No one's
so
gonna- yeah.
I'm gonna dress how I want because
you can
nobody's
turn
gonna
them
try.
down as well.
You know what I
You're
mean?
not looking for anyone. Yeah,
Exactly.
I hear that. I hear that.
Whereas, but like when it comes to situation when the guy's like, you're not allowed to wear that because your bum looks too big in it, huh?
Alright,
Sorry,
cool. Yeah, then.
are you
Like,
normal?
do you ever think it's okay to police a man's body? Let's say
No,
you're.
But you know, can you police a man's body?
you
though?
don't. You
No,
don't.
wait.
police a man's
No,
body,
but
really.
can you? Can you?
I've
you always
never
seen where
You can't,
let's say he's
fam.
go- let's say
You
he's
can't.
You know,
Exactly.
if he's wearing tight t-shirts, he's wearing tight t-shirts and.
Alright, let's go down to the fundamentals, yeah? Alright, men and women, we're different, yeah? We're
Yeah,
built differently,
true.
yeah? So men, I can't like they get aroused by what they see, yeah? Women,
But so do women.
no, it's
What do you
different.
mean?
No,
No.
wait. So you're saying, wait, when you, alright, cool. I'm gonna be real. When you see a man, yeah, and say if he's got his shirt off, do you go, oh my? Are you staring at him like getting like you get any sort of arousal? Not really.
Yeah, but the thing
Fam,
is-
if a guy sees breasts, I promise you, 100.
Yeah,
He's like,
a lot
oh
of guys might
shit,
be,
you
you know,
get me?
you know.
Because
He's
you
like,
guys
oh,
don't know how to
man.
do things
So it's
discreetly,
different.
and then that's where
No,
the whole
Some
predatory
guys, some guys,
thing
not all of
comes in.
us.
Yeah,
Not
obviously.
all of us.
Obviously,
Some-
not me. Obviously, not me in India. Obviously, not me in India.
This guy.
My parents might watch this.
I know
though.
I know my sister's watching. It's not me in India. No, fam.
It can't be me.
When I see breasts, I look away, fam. Man, never seen breasts in my life, fam.
No, I don't even know
Yeah,
what
that one.
What's that?
What's
But
that,
no, but honestly though, like as a woman, I can say if I see a man and I find him attractive, I will look. But
But
it's
it's
not
not arousal though. You
Yes,
just
it
think,
is.
nah, but it's different. Your decision to find someone attractive and arousal. Okay, I'm not gonna I'll
If
tell
she-
you how you
if she
feel.
finds it arousing
But
though,
but
then she, you know.
alright, say, idiot. Let me bust you.
Yeah.
Say if idiot took off his shirt, you know he's a muscular man. Yeah. If you saw the muscles, yeah, would you be like, Yeah, would you get aroused? Yeah,
Go, tell them the truth,
oh,
tell
yeah,
them
tell
the
the
truth.
truth.
Tell them the
Tell the
Tell them
truth.
the truth.
Hey, this is awkward.
Tell the truth. fam.
If I took my t-shirt off, I had waves, earpods.
Yeah.
What's an AirPod?
AirPods.
See, for me, the AirPod thing doesn't really work like that. I just think it's unnecessary. But
Mm-hmm.
like, you can see somebody with a nice body and appreciate it and be like,
See.
no. And I can tell you one time, I went out with my boy in it. We went out in central London. I was wearing a blazer, and obviously I had cleavage showing, but everything else was covered. Right? I swear to God, about 5 different men. Bear in mind, I'm with a guy. This guy's muscle, big, hench, tone. Yeah. And I've had one guy, oh, let me suck on your titties.
Hey.
I wonder where the milk's coming from. And it's like, you know what?
What?
I'm
Okay,
literally
what?
walking down the street in central London. I had this nastiness coming at me.
He was
And it's like,
Caribbean, innit?
no.
No, it's definitely African. Definitely African. Don't try that, bro. No, that was an African uncle, bro. Don't try that. You know this us Caribbean men, yeah, we don't work like that, fam. You see the old Caribbean men, they were their white women, fam. They're white English people from the council estate, cuz. You old African men.
No,
Them
no,
old
Max,
African men.
no.
They're
Max,
bad
no.
skill.
No,
He's
Max,
crying.
no.
The tears coming down. He's crying. He's like,
Max,
oh
no,
no, don't talk
no.
about me like that, fam.
No, Max.
You know they once.
Mike, he was Caribbean. You know he was Caribbean. You know
No,
he was-
fam.
You know what? I didn't even know where he's from, but he was
Definitely
black, though.
African uncle, fam. You know they once.
No, but it's just the fact, like, I shouldn't have to worry about stuff like that when I go out. I shouldn't have to worry about if I'm walking down the road, if I'm wearing a dress that shows my curve a little bit too much, I'm going to be stopped. Like, it's annoying.
Nah, I hear you.
You know what I mean? And I think I dress quite modestly as a woman, like, or as a person, I should say. Like, as you can see, nothing's out. Everything, it clings to the body, but nothing's out. I'm covered. But I can tell you, not to like toot my own horn and try to make it look like, I'm this, that, whatever. I can definitely be stopped down the road and a guy would try to approach me in a disgusting manner.
Yeah.
So if a man was to police you, let's say your boyfriend, for example,
Impossible, but you know.
if he was, wouldn't that be in your best interest then?
No.
Taking into consideration, you know,
yeah, you have to think about why he's
Exactly,
doing it.
you know,
Think about
for
behind
example-
Which I
it.
understand,
Based on that
but
experience.
it's not your body. And I should
Nah,
be
I
able
hear
to
you.
go outside and be
Because-
comfortable with what I'm wearing and show off and showcase my own body because it's my body at the end of the day.
Facts, but
You never grew it. I grew it, not you. So don't come and then try and tell me, oh, you're not allowed to wear that. I don't like you wearing that. You're showing off too much body in that. It's not yours. It's mine.
Alright, cool. But in a relationship, there's compromise, yeah? What do you mean, yeah? What kind of relationship is there no
you know-
compromise?
No, but you see,
kind of
I go by
70-20?
like you see
Yeah,
the
you
late
said
Eartha
70-20,
Kitt, may her
70-30,
soul
bro.
rest in peace. Yeah, she said a man comes into my life and I have to compromise.
Bro, it's
So
two
what?
ways compromise. Fam, I have to compromise for some things. You have to compromise for some things. That's what a relationship is. And if do you know
I
what?
mean-
I realize so many people of this generation have this mentality. That's why relationships aren't working out, yeah?
No, I
But it's
understand.
actually compromise, fam. You have to compromise. So if your man
100%.
comes to you on a vibe, he's not even pleasing you, just comes, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not comfortable with you walking out like that. Obviously, I'm not gonna say that you can't, but I'm just not comfortable with it. If he comes on that vibe, yeah, he talks to you, tries to have an honest conversation, then you kind of like throw it back in his face and be like, I'm gonna walk out twice as bad, cleavage showing, yeah. You know them dresses, yeah, where come all the way up, and I'm pretty sure they're not wearing no pants here because
man,
fam, you
man.
can see everything, cuz. You know that, fam, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. He's come to you on a vibe where like he's trying to talk to you about something, and then you go out and just basically throw it back in his face. They need to be
Yes.
compromised. Otherwise, what's the point?
But in that case, I understand, but that's not the way how a lot of it happens.
Nah, I hear
In
you.
all honesty,
I hear you.
A guy be like, you're not wearing that. So
Yeah,
you
it
bring me here?
tries to come
Like,
into a
did you born
dictatorship.
me? Because you're not my parent. My mom and dad can't tell me what I can and can't wear. Then you don't, are you buying my clothes?
Nah.
Are you gonna spend money on what you want me to wear? Because if you're gonna buy it, then I'll wear it. But since then you're not buying it, then
Yeah, I agree.
can you close your toe? Close your teeth.
Especially
you know
that
what I mean?
tone as well. If I was a girl in it and a man said you're not wearing that, you know, I'd be like, you know, who are you to tell us you're not?
Exactly.
If you come to me and say, you know, that, oh, like, do you have to wear this, or like, you know, I don't think you should be wearing blah 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 blah. You know how, you know, if they could justify it, then fair. Obviously I'm not a woman, so, but to say you're not wearing it, you know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's a
But
bit-
you know
sounds a
what?
bit
Even
strong.
with like, it's not even just with what you're wearing. Like, you know, the athlete, what's her name again? The runner,
Which
What's her
one?
name?
Black.
black
Where's she
woman
from? South Africa. Oh,
yeah.
Castus Emmanuel, whatever her name
Her.
is. Yeah.
Like, her body's being policed in a different way, where she's having to basically fight because of her genetics, because of how she was born.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're telling her that she has, because she's got too much testosterone in
Yeah.
her body, she's having to take pills to lower,
shit.
You know what I mean? To lower the
exactly,
testosterone
that's a
levels.
bit,
And it's like, a man wouldn't have to worry about something like that. A man wouldn't have to worry about the fact that I have too much testosterone levels, so then I can't participate in a sport that I've trained so hard for my entire life. You know what I mean?
Oh, so they're not letting her compete because she got too much testosterone.
Yeah.
That's a bit deep.
But she's a woman,
Yeah,
she's a woman.
Oh, then what the
She's
what the hell?
intersex.
Yeah.
So she's got like male and female components. But
like Sierra.
Oh, Sierra got as well.
That's a rumor.
Is it
I
not
don't
true?
know if that's
Sierra's
true.
great.
I thought that was true story.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, 1 2 steps Sierra.
Listen, I don't know if that's true, but like Casa Semana, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Like something like that. It just shows like how drastic it can go for a woman that you can't even participate in something because of the way you look,
mad.
or you know what I mean, or the way you're built. It's insane. And then you have swimmer Michael Phelps, who is like double jointed or something, which gives him a high advantage, and he's praised for it.
Bro, you know about your sports, boy. You know about your sports. But I hear you, though. No,
but
I
it's
agree.
like, it's a joke. It's absolutely a joke. And I wouldn't want to bring a child in the world when they're having to worry about if they're genetically born a certain way, they can't do a certain thing. Or, you know, being like a curvier woman like myself, if I have a daughter and she's curvier as well, she's having to worry about wearing a certain top because she's going to be seen as being, you know, inappropriate or trying to capture attention just because of how her body's set.
Yeah, that's true. You know, at the end of the day, a woman has what a woman has. You know,
Exactly.
if you're too insecure, pick someone who's not.
It's true. It's true. You know, I agree with you, yeah, but this is gonna sound mad, yeah, but fam, I'm not gonna lie. I think you just have to suck it up, fam. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what I mean? Like, fam, you can't change it. The way the world is, yeah, fam. It's like the recycling, fam. Nobody's gonna recycle. Fam, the world is gonna end. Like, fam, global warming is gonna do a madness, yeah, and there's nothing we can do about it. They're like, oh, plastic cups, fam. We can't do nothing, yeah. The world ain't gonna change. So realistically, yeah, we can do everything in our power to make sure our children treat everyone the way that we want them to treat it. Make sure we raise them with morals. But realistically, we know that it's impossible for everyone to do that with their children. You get me? So realistically,
But
like you know how men are and you know what's going on. I'm not saying that you should, fam, you can wear whatever the hell you want. If you want to go out naked, yeah. But then it comes to a point where, like, if your man is not happy with that, then you're either going to have to compromise or find a new man, because there's many men out there that their women can walk out wearing whatever the hell. Like, look at all the celebrities, for example, like Offset. Fam, Cardi B's out there half naked. Do you think he cares? He's like, that's my rider, fam. So go and find yourself a man like that. That's not going to complain, so you can both be happy.
If you think about it in that way, that it's never going to change, so then you have to do it, then that's like with everything else. If people thought about that way, nothing in the world would ever
I never
change.
said you have to do it. I'm not saying like you should just settle down and be pleased, yeah? I'm saying either go and find a man that's not going to please you, or like, I'm not going to lie, you're going to have to just compromise.
But I'm not even
Do one
saying
or
it
the
in a
other.
romantic sense, though.
Oh, okay, what do
like
you mean
I'm
then?
saying in general.
Oh,
like,
in general.
even with other women, you can go out and you can be wearing. If you have legs and breasts out, you could be judged for it. You know what I mean? If you're wearing like something that's probably not flattering to your figure, you'll be judged for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the fact that it's everybody that thinks that way. Like the majority thinks in a certain way where it's like you cannot express yourself fully as a woman without being heavily judged wherever you go. And it's the fact that if everybody was to start having conversations like this, to see that mind your business, basically, mind your business or get with a program, then obviously it's not going to change. But I think because people are now becoming more outspoken and people are saying like, no, actually, I'm going to express myself. I'm going to wear what I want. I'm going to be who I am without really having to bother too much with what you're going to say. Because at the end of the day, you're not paying for my shit. You're not financing me. You're not doing nothing for my life. So therefore, mind your own.
Exactly.
I'm not, obviously I'm not a woman, so I don't know, but don't you think it's getting better though?
Yes and no, because I think the way it is getting better, because a lot more, like I said, a lot more people are becoming more outspoken. A lot more people are expressing themselves and wearing what they want and being who they are. But at the same time, with the drastic change of people being that there's a drastic number of people that are still very close-minded and that are still kind of radical in their approach in how a woman should present herself.
No, I hear you. Yeah.
Which is mad. You know what I mean? Like, a guy can go into an office, his pants not fit right. You know, no, but listen, I lied though.
True,
He can be
true.
going in there with the tightest trousers. His buttons about to pop open. No one will say nothing. It's like, you know, he's a bit chubby, or you know what I mean. It's a little bit small, but it's fine. But say for me, if I was going to into an office now and I'm wearing one dress and you can see all my curves. My boss will pull me over and be like, that's inappropriate. You know what I mean? And it's mad.
Even at my old church here, I remember my sister, I think she bought a dress that was too short or something like that, and they pulled her up on it, innit? So actually, I understand. Like, then they wouldn't really say anything if a guy came out
not
whatever.
at all.
You get me? So I actually understand where you're coming from, but what can really be done to tackle it? As you said, yeah, raise your children, but like, there's some children that don't have like the privilege of having parents. Yeah,
Which
there's some
I
children like
understand.
so like it's really situational. You get me? Some parents, they don't have enough time to raise their children properly. They might be working all the time, so they can actually provide for their children. You get me? So there's all these different things. So
But
other than that, what can really be done to?
in the same instance that you're having to work all the time to kind of provide for your children, I know that not everybody has the privilege to do so, but if you're going to teach your children to be like, you're not supposed to wear this, you're not supposed to be like this, you're not supposed to do that, in that same moment, you can be who you want to be within reason, obviously.
But when that can go left, fam. Have you not seen Jada Smith and
No, but
Willow
you know
Smith?
what?
That can go left.
No, but Jaden Smith, there's nothing wrong with him, in my opinion.
With his pink eyebrows and
he's
pink hair.
he's an artistic creator, you know what I mean? And he's expressing himself in the best way he knows how. And even though to people
you'll be happy with your son moving like that.
What you want.
Fair enough.
Because it's like you're being who you are, you're expressing yourself. You know what I mean? You're not hurting nobody. It's not like he's going out there with
you're being a bit weird. You get me? It's just like
okay, he's different.
Yeah, both of them are a bit weird.
I don't think that they're weird though. Because if you see them kids, the greatness that they're doing for this earth already, like it's insane, and they're not even in their 20s yet. So I think
they are. They're our age. Right? How old are you?
No, I think Willow Smith
they're our age. Jaden Smith's our age. Jaden Smith's our age.
Just about turning 20,
He's
21.
21. He's 21.
But before that, the guy's had record label. He has his own clothing line.
Yeah, that's because of his dad, though.
No, but it's not because of his dad. It's because they've had to work for it as well.
So you mean with his privilege, he still managed to do.
Yeah, with his privilege, he still managed to do great things.
What has he really done?
Some people have their
what I mean?
privilege and they do nothing.
Yeah,
Some people would just squander their parents' money and be useless.
Some of these posh, spoiled rich rats, and they don't do nothing. You know, they just show off with their luxuries and all that kind of stuff.
Let's go.
Michael.
Okay.
Since you threw me in the deep end today. Threw me in the deep end with introduction.
It had to happen. Hey, fam, how'd it go? I'm going to watch it back and be like, hey, shit, what the fuck did this guy do? I'm going to have to edit out your intro. I'm like,
you're going to have to fade it in. Now you see it. How was it though, Banner?
It was alright.
Yeah, it was alright.
Hi guys, welcome to Pure
No.
Very awkward. Welcome to Pure Chat. You got a podcast name wrong, fam. I love that. Love that, fam. Come on, man. Magic. I trusted you. That's why I said just start recording, cuz. Alright, cool.
Alright, cool. Let's go. Is it running?
Yeah, it's recording.
Alright, come. Yeah, so we're talking about is marriage still necessary in 2019?
Oh yeah. Do you feel like? Because I'm not gonna lie, I see people. They don't really. Those are people I've spoken to. Yeah, like when I'm talking to them, some of them don't want to get married. Like they actually don't want to get married.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems to be a more common thing. Yeah. So do you really think? Do you think it's a thing where marriage is dying out? Do you think it's necessary? Like,
I think the sanctity. Is it the sanctity? Is the word? Yeah, the sanctity of marriage isn't there like it used to be. Like back in the day when you would get in a relationship, you couldn't be kind of sexual or nothing like that before marriage. You know what I mean? Or
depends on your religion, but yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't be openly expressive about if you're being sexual with somebody. Not even just religion, but culturally as well. Before marriage. You know what I mean? For me personally, I want to get married, not now, but in the future, just because I think marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a great commitment. But I think the generation that's growing up, everybody's got commitment issues. Everybody's afraid of commitment.
About in the last episode still,
because
I don't think marriage is necessary. in 2019, or do I want to get married? I feel like a lot of people now, they get married just for the the reception.
Yeah.
To have a white wedding and to show off.
Yeah.
I think they just have it for the party side of it.
Exactly. And then for Instagram, Snapchat, for memories, then less than a month, less than a year into the marriage, it packs up.
Yeah,
they end up divorcing, and then what's the point? It's just wasting everyone's time.
Nah, I hear you. I don't think you should get married unless you truly, honestly love the person. You get me?
It's not even just love, but if you truly think that you can go through life with this person as your partner, that you have to have financial issues, potential issues with children,
issues, everything.
and you know what I
Because
mean?
you have to deep it. Like say you get married at 27, well, it's like you're not. You got like another 50 years with this person.
Exactly.
50 years, bro. I ain't even experienced half of that. You get me? So it's just like, nah, you have to make sure you know that you can hack 50 years with this person.
It's true.
You get me? So, nah, I hear you, fam.
And I think people kind of see marriage and love as this sort of token that can be shown off, but not actually deep what love and marriage is. Because it's literally like love is, or unconditional love. I think as people, we can't achieve it because all of our love comes with conditions. All of our relationships all come with conditions. You know what I mean? If you're not making me feel this certain way, Magan, which I don't disagree with, innit? Because you can take what you can take. But at the same time, it's like people has this idea of I'm independent, I don't need nobody. Sort of.
It's a good mentality to have, but it's dangerous.
It is, but it's dangerous because we're all becoming so segregated as people that we don't even know how to interact with each other properly without having a phone in our hand.
I hear you, because even me, if you asked me 5 years ago, hey, Mikes, when do you think you're going to get married? Do you want to get married? 5 years ago, I would have been like, I want to be married by the time I'm 26, 27. I want to I want to have kids by the time I'm 28, 29. Fam, if you ask me now, I'll be like, fam, one, I don't even know if I want to get married. Two, if I do get married, it gets every year the age gets pushed back further. I'm just like maybe 29, maybe 30, maybe. Fam, I just think to myself, I'm not even sure, because it's just your whole life. You get me? You get me? It's a lot. It's a big commitment.
So
you have to make sure it's serious.
necessary,
You know what? I don't think it's necessary, but. To be honest and true, I want to get married, didn't it?
Yeah.
I want to get married. The only thing that's kind of putting me off it, is kind of putting me off it, is the money, fam. You know, it's like 20k for a wedding, cuz. Why is it so expensive? I just want to marry the woman, cuz. Why am I spending so much money?
This is why I thought eloping and then just having a reception one day later.
No, just do a private reception that you and your wife and your family.
I can't lie, my wedding has to be lit though. My wedding has to be lit, cuz.
There's people there, who'll be inviting friends. People who don't even care who's getting, they don't even know who's getting married.
Yeah, that's my city.
They want free food, free gifts.
No, but I hear you, but it's freaking lit. Everyone do can they?
Hey,
I need that my wedding. No, I need that at my wedding, cuz. Are you mad? No, fam. I'm telling you, weddings are flipping lit, but there's just so much money in it.
It's
so
true.
I want to get married, but it's just finding that right person, I think is a mission. Yeah, I think people just rush into it, and they don't really take much time. Definitely, I'm not saying that this is the only case, but when I used to go church, I saw that loads of people in my church, they were not having sex before marriage, innit? So really, I saw them rushing into marriage,
just so
they can have sex.
Yeah,
so in my head, I was thinking, you don't really love this person. I can tell. I'm looking at them thinking, really and truly, I can tell you would not really get with that person. You just you're just craving a little something, innit?
Yeah.
So just you need to just not rush into it. And I feel like people are days. Yeah.
But then if you look at marriage in a biblical sense, marriage is necessary no matter the time period that we're in. You know what I mean? And for me personally, even though I won't say that I'm the most perfect, I'm not a good Christian at all, in all honesty. But I can honestly say that's one thing that I want to do, as part of the religious aspect of it all, because it's like a commitment between you, and the person, and God. And to me, you can't get by with anything without God being in the middle.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why when I'm seeing people in church and they're getting married and rushing into marriage just because they want to have sex and not do the whole sex without marriage, and you know what I mean? It's insane because you're not doing it because you're making a commitment with God. You know what I mean? And that's where it goes wrong in regards to church, but in regards to everybody else, I think the problem with what people see with marriage is the fact that divorce rates are so high.
Yeah,
and
they're
it's because
Very high.
I think it's because it's so
And
easy to get divorced as well, you know.
Very
Exactly.
It's too easy. Like, fam, you have one little argument and go, fuck it, Sandra, I'm getting divorced, fam.
You
And
know
then
what I
you can just get divorced, fam.
It's
What the
true.
flip? That shouldn't be
It's
that
Exactly.
easy. What the hell?
It
Let them
shouldn't
go
be
back
that
to
easy.
let them
Trust
go back
me.
to Henry VIII's time. That motherfucker, yeah, made a whole new church so he can get married.
Just so he could get divorced. Just so he could get made a whole new religion, fam, just to get divorced. fam.
Even
Are you
his
mad?
wife.
Trust me. No, I'm telling you
But
now,
I said
yeah.
I'd chop off your head
Trust
because I
me.
don't want
Because
you
I don't want you to
mad.
I can't
It's too
He's
easy.
cutting off
Fam,
literally.
because deeper now,
He cut off literally.
deeper now, you run into a problem, yeah, and you are just given an escape route. That's not how it should be. Life isn't easy like
Yeah.
that. You get me?
It's
You need to,
true.
if there's a problem, you need to be able to fix it, not just be able to think, oh, I can just escape this easily. So I
It's
think
true.
divorce is a thing that's making it like more of a thing why people don't want to get married as
Yeah.
well. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of changed my stance here. I think marriage is necessary.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
no, marriage is necessary, fam. Like, for example, you got this person. I don't care what anyone says. Nobody wants to die alone.
It's
yeah?
true.
So
Yeah,
when you have to think about it as a life plan as well. Yeah.
Mm.
So if you get married and you have children, when you're old and now you need to be looked after, you've got your children to look after you now. Yeah. Well, if you don't get married, don't have children, who's looking after you?
That's
like,
true.
because
It's
as
true.
sad as it is, your parents, they're not going to be around no more. Your siblings are probably going to be in the same similar state to you.
Yeah, word,
who's
word,
really going to be looking after you? You
It's
need your
true.
family. You need your family to be there. So even if you're not really looking at it in a love aspect, look at it at least as a life plan. Yeah. Look at it as a life plan. Like,
No,
when
I
you're
agree.
older, you need someone there. And also, as I said, you don't want to die alone. You need that
But then that takes
companionship.
away the whole romantic side of it.
No, no,
For
there's still
me,
gonna
you
be
know what I mean?
romantic.
But I said, I only want you because I don't want to
Nah,
die
I'm
alone.
not saying.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm not saying that's the reason.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
not saying it's the reason, but.
Sometimes
No, I understand what you're saying.
the
but
romantic
like,
side can die down in marriages.
It's
though.
true.
Bro, I'm
It
not
is
gonna
true.
lie.
Also,
More likely
yeah.
or not, it's definitely gonna die down.
That's what I'm saying, you know.
However, I've seen people married for so my parents, yeah, they've been married for 31 years.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right? I
That's
know.
a very long time.
Long.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think romance is the idea of remembering the little things that the person likes. So my dad, he's the most adorable guy ever. He will get up and he'll make my mum a cup of tea because he knows how much my mum loves tea in it.
Can I tell you why he does that? Because he's Caribbean.
Yeah,
my dad does the same thing. My dad does the same thing. My man Ferrero Rochers. My man loves Ferrero Rochers. You get me?
it's
Randomly,
like,
If he was African, he
Randomly.
would have cooked the meal. He would have. The guy will come in briefs. He'll wear briefs and serve it. Briefs and his work tie. His work tie. The first interview he went to, he'll wear that tie, briefs, hold the tray with rice and tea. With pan. I'm telling you, listen, with pan, yeah, he'll wear it and
Go away!
he'll
Get
wear
out!
pants. He'll have his tie on and he'll carry that tray.
Nah, you need to get out. You're not serious.
We got
Nah.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
Wait,
Alright.
look, I just want to say quickly, yeah. Do you think marriage is part of the problem, like the legal bondage? Because I feel like some people, once they get married, they legally decide to tie the knot.
Just get a
It just
prenup.
goes down.
Get a prenup.
But do you think the marriage, the actual going through the whole process of marriage, is the problem? Because
Well, the legality of it all.
yeah, because in African cultures you can have a traditional marriage.
Yeah.
Then you have the actual white wedding English.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, but I see the legal side of it is kind of necessary though. Like, for example, if I die, I don't want my assets just going to any van. I want my wife to get my assets.
Yeah,
you get
it's
me?
true.
You get me? So the legal side of it is slightly necessary. But then, as you say, it could be a hindrance as well. Because like, if I get divorced, now you own half of my shit. That don't
Yeah.
make no sense.
It's true. It's like a thing where it's like, what's the word I'm thinking of? My mind just went blank. Yeah, no, because it's a binding contract at the end of the day, innit? Like, that's your license. Like, the government is saying you're licensed to be together and share the same surname if you want, sort of thing. And I think that kind of puts a kind of fear in people where it's just like, if this goes wrong, I kind of lose everything. We both kind of lose everything in some, and a lot of cases it's financial loss as well. You know what I mean?